We have a wonderful podcast, a journey into the minds of strange people doing strange things. I'm James. Buckle up, strap it in. The rumors are true. I did break my ankle. Here's a picture. What's a fracture? I don't know. Are they the same thing? I have no idea. Either way, you know, there was an extremely loud pop. There was a lot of pain. And now I wear a boot for a significant period of time. So that's my life. How's your life been? I'll pause now. Oh, dude, sick. And then choose your own adventure, because like if it's not going great, skip forward to this bit. Oh, that sucks to hear. So good. We covered all of our bases. Really quickly at the time. Hey, this is we're going to be bouncing all over the place in this episode. And I really wanted to start with this, which is something that I found yesterday. I don't know how much you know about SBF, Sam Bankman-Fried. So I'm just going to give you like a super quick rundown. Skip this if you know who he is. Basically, Sam Bankman-Fried, otherwise known as SBF, he was the co-founder and former CEO of a crypto exchange called FTX. Well, content warning here, okay? I'm not one of those crypto bros, okay? I don't own crypto. I've never owned crypto. I've never owned what were those things, the NFTs with like, you know, someone's like, I paid $250,000 for this little picture of a green monkey man wearing a hat and sunglasses. Never bought any of those. So just wanted to, before the accusations start flying, I just wanted to get ahead of them. I'm not a crypto bro. I'm not in that space. Pitchforks down, please. But anyway, SBF, Sam Bankman-Fried, former founder and CEO of the crypto exchange FTX, which collapsed in November 2022. Sam Bankman-Fried also founded the crypto trading firm Alameda Research, which had unusually close ties to FTX. In November 2022, a report revealed that a large portion of Alameda's balance sheet consisted of the FTX-issued cryptocurrency token FTT. The token is kind of like V-Bucks in Fortnite. Again, a very accessible reference. This raised concerns about the financial health of Alameda and its relationship with FTX when Binance, which is another crypto exchange, announced it was going to sell all of its FTT holdings. It triggered a run on FTX, causing the exchange to be unable to meet customers' withdrawals. So a run, if say you do a run on a bank, it basically just means like tomorrow, if there was a run on Commonwealth, it would just mean that like a ton of Commonwealth Bank customers went to the bank and said, hey, I want to take all my money out. And they obviously don't have the cash in the bank to be able to cover the majority of people wanting to withdraw all of their funds at the exact same time. So that would be a run on the bank. That's what happened here, run on FTX. People were like, oh, this guy's getting out. Well, I'm getting out too. And they're like, well, hold on, guys. We actually don't have your money. Which then caused FTX to file for bankruptcy. Sam Bankman-Fried was arrested in the Bahamas in December 2022. He was extradited to the US and indicted on 7 criminal charges, including wire fraud, commodities fraud, securities fraud, money laundering, and campaign finance violations. Prosecutors allege that Bankman-Fried mismanaged and misappropriated FTX customer funds to bankroll Alameda's risky trading, make loans to himself and others, and fund various investments, acquisitions, and political donations. I think he also tried to use investors' money to pay off their debts, which is essentially a Ponzi scheme. That's, you know, bad dude. It's taken people's money and now he's in jail. But anyway, what came out the other day was a Google Doc, which he has labeled here, note, these are all random, probably bad ideas that aren't vetted and it's confidential. Well, whoops, because it leaked to the internet. So this is basically a Google document, which is all of his, I guess, defense attempts, right? These are just a bunch of random ideas that he's had for how to fight all of these charges and things that he can do. And some of them are pretty fucking funny. So we're going to go through them. It'll also be on screen for video viewers, youtube.com/@weirdbutwonderful. Come check out the video version of the podcast. Sweet plug. So number one, file the document with problems about the Chapter 11 process. So he's going to make reference to the Chapter 11 process a bit in this. So I'll just briefly explain what that is. The Chapter 11 bankruptcy process involves a court-supervised reorganization of a debtor's assets and liabilities, commonly used by a business to stay operational while restructuring their finances. So someone's come in to essentially, see what can we salvage here? Can we pay off the people that are owed money, blah, blah, blah. So his first one out of the gate is like, hey, we're going to file problems with the Chapter 11 process. Number 2 is we're going to go with the lawyers were in a shitty situation, and I feel really bad about that. And like most people do, they reacted poorly to difficult circumstances narrative. So again, he's not a titles guy, but, he's given it a shot. I can't believe that number 2 is like, the lawyers reacted real sucky. And that's why I'm in this position. Number 3, go on Tucker Carlson and come out as Republican, which is great. The Australian equivalent would be going on Sky News and affiliating yourself with the LNP, that kind of vibe, His reason for doing that was so that he could come out against the woke agenda, a classic, and talk about how the cartel of lawyers is destroying value and throwing entrepreneurs under the bus in order to cover up the incompetence of lawyers. Oh, damn those lawyers. I would have gotten away with it if it weren't for those meddling lawyers. Focus on the fact that the Chapter 11 team has no idea how to run FTX. It's colonial, run by a cartel of lawyers. Hey, there's only one person who knows how to run this Ponzi scheme, this business correctly, and that's me, the orchestrator of the Ponzi business, the founder of the business. Yes, that's what it is. Come out as extremely pro-crypto and pro-freedom. I don't know, if you're like the CEO and the head of a crypto exchange, you're paying all of these celebs to do advertising for you, you're naming stadiums, you are you're the poster boy for crypto. I don't know how you could come out any more pro-crypto. There was actually a guy that I saw recently on TikTok called Hard Rock Nick, and I think he calls himself the face of crypto. Again, it's the video viewers will see it, but I mean, it's so hard to. Please just go to Google. Do yourself a favor. It's indescribable. How would you describe him? Hard Rock Nick. Oh, it kind of looks like Xerxes from 300. If Xerxes again had a beard painted onto his face. There's no other way to describe it. Okay. But please do yourself a favor and go look at it. Go strong with a message of, I have funding ready to make customers whole. If only the Chapter 11 team would care about customers like you did, dude. I often wonder how some people can justify a narrative to themselves if they know that they're lying and they're just trying to pull the wool over other people's eyes, or if they're trying to convince themselves of it. But when you're taking people's money and essentially doing a Ponzi scheme, you can't come out and say, if only the people trying to fix the problem would care about customers like I do. Is the person that cares about customers in the room with us? Go strong with the message. I'm really glad the Chapter 11 team has stepped in. They're great. And even better, I have funding that can help make customers more whole while the Chapter 11 team does what is needed to clean things up. So he knows that he's just constructing narratives here. Put me in, coach. Put me in with the Chapter 11 team. Let's team up. Number 15. Radical honesty on Twitter. Just explain exactly what happened in detail. Include the gory details, both what happened and about the lawyer fuck-ups afterwards. I love how deep down just telling the truth was. That's pretty great. It's like, conservative, I'm the crypto king, fuck woke people, lawyers are fucking it up, the lawyers are doing great, it's this person's problem. Maybe I take a little bit of ownership. Anyway, next one. Send out a Twitter poll asking people what to do. Wow, that's great. Hey guys, SBF here. Soz, totes drop the ball on the whole FTX Alameda thing and then do the like crazy face with like the tongue out, the crazy me, right guys? Anywho, just chilling in prison. and was wondering, what do you guys think is sort of like the right move to make here? DM's open. Thanks, guys. Look, and while we're vaguely in the realm of cancel culture, we're not. But you know, what I'm sick of in 2024 is if you try and shoot and kill one president, oh my God, dude, it's all anyone ever talks about. Shut up about the time I tried to kill a president. Hey, no one's talking about all the times that I didn't try and shoot a president. Thanks, guys. At least that's the complaints of John Hinkley Jr. He's a folk singer now who recently had a gig get cancelled. And so he's the guy that opened fire on President Ronald Reagan and also injured press secretary James Brady, a Secret Service agent and cop. Anyway, John, our good friend John, has become a guitar strumming folk singer who actually gets booked for concerts, but they tend to get cancelled before he gets on stage. The CIA, someone is like, yeah, let him book him again. Cancelled again. Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Johnny Hinkos Jr., of course. Not my dad. Please, everyone, John Hinkley is my dad's name. Call me Johnny Hinkos Jr. Now, time to do some, the lights have turned off. They cancelled me again. Hinkley's bitching about his latest yanked gig at Hotel Huxley in Naugatuck, Connecticut, where he was supposed to perform on March 30th until the venue announced last week it was pulling the plug. He told the New York Post, I think it's fair to say that I'm a victim of cancel culture. Oh my God. Oh, they're still on this, are they? Yeah, I tried to shoot a president. Anyway, my next song is about a sunshiny day. Referring to all of his cancelled shows, he added, it keeps happening over and over again. Last week, Hotel Huxley posted on its IG page, you guessed it, postponed until further notice. Parentheses, they're killing us here. The last line seems to be a reference to the massive backlash the venue was getting for booking Hinkley, but also feels distasteful considering the concert date would have marked 43 years to the day since the attempted assassination of Reagan. That is a ballsy marketing move on the concert promo. Hey guys, it's my 43rd anniversary since what? The first album launch? Not quite. Since I tried to shoot and kill the president. I was hoping people would really get hyped for that. Head out to my 43rd anniversary. I also love that he's using that still as a ploy to, to stand on the shoulders of that one event to promote his concert or whatever, but at the same time is annoyed that that's being used against him to cancel his shows. Will everyone stop bringing up how I tried to kill that president? Exactly 43 years ago today. That's right. Tonight, doors at 6:30 p.m. at the Hotel Huxley in Naugatuck, Connecticut. We will be rocking out, and right at 7:30, which is when I tried to kill him, we'll play Head Exploder. Hinkley was found not guilty by reason of insanity and spent nearly 30 years in a mental health hospital before he was released in 2016. Since then, he's picked up the guitar and actually released songs on his YouTube channel. His first concert was booked for Brooklyn in 2022, but again was cancelled due to backlash. And that subsequently happened for his other planned shows in Georgia, Illinois, and Virginia, where he lives in Williamsburg. I love the idea that he's using his attempted assassination to springboard his music career, but it's also that attempted assassination that's preventing him from launching his career. But it's annoying. He's like, hey, I want to use it for my benefit, but you can't use it to punish me. Okay? It's fucked up. Just let me sing my songs. Now, this one's called Shoot, Shoot, Miss, Miss. Shoot, Shoot, Miss, Miss, and the B-side track, 30 years down the drain. And like I said, we're jumping all over the shop today. And we're going to jump now. I think we're still in America to West Plains in Tory Thompson's 20 years of law enforcement. The Howell County Sheriff's Office Lieutenant has examined his share of bizarre incidents when a man appeared to try and cash in on an insurance policy by staging a bloody farm equipment accident. it became the strangest case of his career. Would-be fraud and gruesome scenes are part and parcel of Thompson's job, but the combination of those circumstances is odd. The details made it odder. I also found that they thought that fraud would be what you would lead with there. You know, oh, what did you walk into? You'll never believe. This room, full to the brim with fraud. Oh, there was also like hacked up, like dismembered corpses everywhere. But like, what really grinds my gears, the paperwork. Fraud, annoying. In November, the Howell County Sheriff's Office sent out a relatively vague press release to local media about a situation involving a man in Willow Springs who'd lost his feet in an apparent staged incident with a brush hog, a rotary mower often attached to a tractor. Okay, so a brush hog is the rotary mower. Okay. I was like, I'm sorry, this dude staged an incident with a piece of machinery and a brush hog attacked him? I'm confused, but no. Lost was a literal term, as the severed feet could not be found by responding medics and law enforcement officers. No other details were provided amid the active investigation. Oh my God, what happened? I've lost my feet. Whoa, where are they? I don't know, dude. Okay, I just told you they're lost. They came off. I don't remember where I put them. The case was recently closed. Thompson shared details with the news leader on Wednesday about the event that piqued much of the South Central Missouri County's curiosity. It was a poorly executed plan, Thompson said. I've never seen anything quite like it. When the call came in to emergency responders, it was described as involving a man whose feet were severed while brush hogging. Dispatch 91. I got 2 missing feet while brush hogging. But Thompson said it was quickly apparent the incident was staged. Oh, no. The feet were freshly severed. That much was true, according to Thompson, who said the man was in his 60s and a known paraplegic in his lower extremities. Oh, that doesn't count. This guy, he's like, I already don't feel him. Lop him off. Let's get the fucking bennies. Let's retire. Bermuda, Bahama, come on, pretty much. He's just singing Kokomo in his head while his friend is chainsawing his fucking feet off. He's just thinking about sipping Mai Tais. Oh, you take me down to Kokomo. We'll get there fast and then we'll take it slow. One of the feet coming off. That's where we wanna go. Phantom pain, phantom pain. Oh, I thought I felt my tootsies for a second there. No, keep going. Saw off the other one. The feet were freshly severed. That much was true, according to Thompson, who said the man was in his 60s and a known paraplegic in his lower extremities. Authorities were immediately curious about the tourniquets on his legs and who put them there in the immediate aftermath of the alleged incident. Dude, you cannot cut your feet off and make out like, oh my God, it's a freak accident. The brush hog went wild and mowed over me tootsies. And then you have them like perfectly tended to. The paramedics get there and they go, oh, well, we don't need to do anything. He's got 2 tourniquets on. They're bandaged up. He's good to go. Did someone else get to these 2 little stumpies before we got here? These are treated, dude. The man whom the news leader is not naming because he was not criminally charged apparently had some help. I mean, a little bit evident. Thompson said the man from Florida made the trip to the small Ozarks town to cut off the man's legs with a hatchet, executing an alleged plan to commit insurance fraud. If I'm going to take these pups off, it's got to be, is chainsaw better? oneweirdpodcast@gmail.com. What's better to take off? Don't send me those emails. Just forward straight to the police. This person knows what best. Hey, jokes. I would never rat out my listeners like that. Trust. But for real though, do you think like a chainsaw would be better at taking that off? A hatchet? Maybe that's just like you're hoping for like one big movement, you know? Okay, let's not get bogged down in the weeds thinking of like what's the best way to remove a part of someone's body. Anyway. The wounds were not very convincing, the lieutenant said, with cuts that were much too clean to have been done by a brush hog. Yeah, it's a bit further up on the leg is an axe wound where the guy he missed and didn't get quite through, and then further down severed at the ankle. Yeah, dead giveaway. If it was done by a brush hog, it would have been a bloody, gory mess, Thompson said. I've seen those types of incidents before. This wasn't like that. As the investigation continued, Thompson said investigators determined the man was attempting to get money from an insurance claim since he never formally filed the false claim. How county prosecutors did not press charges. Guys, we fucked it up. I've lost my tootsies for no goddamn reason because we did it too good. We should have been sloppier. I'd be pissed. Spoilers, in the new Walking Dead season, when fucking actual spoilers happening right now, and I don't want to be someone that spoils, so don't listen to this part. When Rick lops his hand off and he still doesn't get away, I'd be so pissed. I'd be so pissed at that point. I'd be so miffed. I think I tried to say pissed and miffed at the same time, and I said missed. But if I'm hacking off both of my tootsies, both walkers coming, well, I mean, he was paraplegic anyway, but if I'm hacking off both tootsies and I don't get the insurance claim, I'm so pissed, dude. That's going to ruin my whole week. Annoyed by the resources it wasted on this situation, the sheriff's office considered pursuing criminal charges of filing a false police/EMS report. Yeah, and then what? And then you thought to yourself, but he did cut both of his feet off and get nothing for it. So maybe, like, the damage has been done. But the man was so severely injured from the incident that it would have been an arduous process to have him in jail. He had a lengthy stay at a local hospital. And where did his feet end up? A couple days after, we got a call that a relative found them in a bucket, obscured by tires. So he went and got them, Thompson said. Who, the guy did or you did? These are evidence now. Can I get those so they can sew them back on? No. You know what you did, okay? And we're keeping these now. I was also briefly going to talk about the happiness index, but I feel like that's been covered in so many goddamn places online at this point. That really just the very mild takeaways are the young people in Australia aren't very happy and the olds are super happy. Shocker. So the people who have everything, pretty chuffed about it, and the people who have fuck all, they don't think it's that great. So, and speaking of people who've got nothing and people who have stuff, Bentley's CEO says that sales are down because the rich are experiencing emotional sensitivity due to the cost of living and don't want to flaunt their wealth in a new luxury car. So, Bentley listeners, I hope you're doing okay. You know, God forbid you should go and spend all that money on a Bentley and not get to drive it around and flash that cash. Demand for luxury goods may be outstripping mass market equivalents thanks to the widening income gap, but that isn't helping Bentley Motors. Sales, revenue, and profits at the Volkswagen Group brand all dropped by double-digit percentages last year from their record levels in 2022, as its growing base of ultra-wealthy yet understated customers opted against buying a new car and did so, according to the car maker's boss, to avoid flaunting their fortune. Quote, even though our customers can still afford our cars, there was a level of emotional sensitivity that slowed down demand, CEO Adrian Hallmark was quoted by CNN on Thursday as saying, well, I'm excited to see their advertising, their marketing and advertising pivot from this point. Because now they understand the customer's pain points, you know. I've got the dosh, but I don't want to flash the cash, you know. So I hope that they fully lean into it and they do the ads you know that they've always wanted to do, which is just Bentley, fuck the poor. And the ad is like rich people hanging out of the windows of Bentleys, you know, being real gluttonous. Maybe they're like eating something, you know, money's pouring out. They're like flipping off people who live in tents, you know, that kind of stuff. I think that'll be really beneficial for them. I think that'll be the benefit of this Sora AI, you know, that like AI video maker thing when that comes out, is we'll finally be able to give these corporations the ads that they deserve. The UK luxury brand stands apart from its peers for its stately elegance, symbolic of cool Britannia. One of the reasons it was a favourite car maker of Queen Elizabeth. Its customers are less likely to seek out the judgmental stares that come with owning flashier sports cars like Lamborghini, whose customers prefer the ostentatious design baked into the Italian brand's DNA. Even BMW's own Rolls-Royce, whose combustion cars exclusively offer 12-cylinder engines, is less revered than Bentley. What is this article? Whoever's writing this is really blowing smoke. Someone's trying to get a fucking job at Bentley, I'll tell you that much. Please hire me as a copywriter. I'll write such a sweet, tubular fucking news article for you. What's your current grievance? Okay, that your customer base is so rich that they don't want to be seen as how rich they are because it's a little bit distasteful when people are gainfully employed and can't even afford a house. Okay. No, I see that. That's a bit of a struggle to come up with a creative marketing and advertising solution for that problem. But, give us some time to think about it. Yeah. And you heard that other one about fuck the poor. You're not going to go with that one. Okay, well, I think it'll play well in country clubs. It'll be the talk of every locker room in every country club. Yet, times have been tough amid a cost of living crisis in the UK and Europe, where inflation has outpaced growth. Sales of Bentley vehicles to customers in the UK and Europe, which together rival the US as the largest market, fell by 18% and 15% respectively. This exacerbated a separate malaise in China, where deflationary headwinds saw volumes drop by a similar amount. Nevertheless, the 13,560 cars Bentley delivered to customers still amounted to its third best ever single year result. Dude, I can't anymore. Aren't we sick and tired of the narrative of multi-billion-dollar company says they're hard done by while at the same time posting their biggest numbers ever? Guys, no, everyone come in, take a seat, please. This is pretty serious. People don't want to buy Bentleys. Not because they can't afford it. No, they're still absolutely fucking loaded. But they feel a little bit guilty that people might look at them a bit strange. Yeah, on the odd chance that they do lock eyes with someone, in there, because normally they're in their gated community or whatever. Probably just get everything delivered to them. But, times are really tough. And that's why this year we only posted our third highest ever number sales that we've ever done in the history of the company, and we're so hard done by. And just not enough people are talking about how tough it is to be a CEO right now. The Woolworths guy had to leave. What the fuck? I did have one more story about dark personality traits and specific human styles linked to online trolling, but I think I might save that for next time because I can build a more cohesive episode around that. I don't want to just throw in and be like, hey guys, SBF document. Guy tried to kill the president. Now he plays guitar. This dude cut his feet off. We're sad. Bentley sucks. And then be like, yes. And now let us discuss the dark tetrad, Machiavellianism, narcissism, sadism, and whatever the other one is. I think we can do a more cohesive episode with that. This one was a little bit, we were bouncing around a little bit, but that's going to do it for this one. I appreciate you coming and hanging out. If you've got any weird but wonderful news articles, snippets, stories, findings, send them to me, oneweirdpodcast@gmail.com. If you want to keep up to date with me, at my pixel persona on Instagram or TikTok, at oneweirdpodcast on Instagram and TikTok for the show. Subscribe to the YouTube. Get yourself the video versions of the show each week. YouTube.com/@weirdbutwonderful. Chuck a rating or review on iTunes and Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. Helps people like you find the show. But one quick addition before you leave. Investigators say, look, this is the loosest thread in the world, this final story. We talked about cars. You've got another one. Investigators say a man admitted to stealing a semi-truck from a South Arizona truck stop because he needed a way to get home from prison. As we all do. Isaiah Walker. I mean, your last name's Walker and you couldn't walk home? 23 of Lawton, Oklahoma, allegedly stole a truck hauling over $1 million worth of high-end sports cars. Dude, okay. Now, you're not convincing any... I was just trying to get home. What? The truck had what in it? $1 million worth of high-end sport cars. I didn't even know that. I was just trying to get home. Stealing a truck to get home. My fault, guys. I didn't even know that I was doing a way crazier crime than I thought. It began Wednesday morning at the Love's Travel Stop near Interstate 10 in Wilcox. According to the Cochise County Sheriff's Office, Walker approached a driver and began talking to him about his truckload. CCSO says the driver was transporting 10 Chevrolet C8 Corvettes with an estimated value of around $1.25 million. So he knew beforehand because he was talking to the guy about what he had. The sheriff office says that as the victim was getting in his truck to leave, Walker threw him to the ground, jumped into the driver's seat and drove away. Oh, in the most, what's that video game called? And it's all about Los Angeles. Oh, we know it. Grand Theft Auto. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Revoke the gamer card. He didn't know GTA. A sheriff's deputy spotted the stolen semi-truck about 9 miles north of the Love store and tried to get the driver to pull over. CCSO says Walker began driving recklessly, causing other cars to drive off-road, and finally stopped a few minutes later near Fort Grant and the county line roads. After being taken into custody, the sheriff's office says Walker admitted to taking that truck, but not because he was trying to steal the Corvettes. He reportedly told a sheriff's deputy and police officer that he'd just been released from prison. And I just needed the truck to get home, guys. There was what in the truck? $1.25 million worth of Chevrolets and Corvettes? This is news to me. I thought I was just stealing a truck to get home from jail. Oh, that's so embarrassing. So embarrassing when you're just trying to steal a truck to get home from jail and it's accidentally $1.25 million worth of sports cars. Walker was booked into the Cochise County Jail on several felony charges, including robbery and theft. The stolen semi-truck was returned to the driver with no damage. I'm extremely proud of the officer and deputy involved in this investigation, Wilcox Police Chief Dale Hadfield said in a social media post, quote, "The deputy and officer showed great restraint and patience in bringing a serious crime to a peaceful resolution, all while keeping the property of others from being damaged." And thank you so much to all of the people doing it. I don't. See you next time. Bye. I'm pulling the ripcord. I'm leaving. Bye.